ignorant motherfuckers? It's your boy Ramon. And I got a gem right here. Grid. This game, I got it for $5. Let me tell you, on demand. Part of the sale that's going on right now. Microsoft has dropped the price on a bunch of really good titles. Grid was one, Dirt 2 was one, BioShock was also in there. I think it was Assassin's Creed, or was that PlayStation Plus? I don't know. There's a bunch of dope titles in there, and I think the list goes down to like 70 titles that they'll be releasing along the way. So look out for that. You get some real good deals. I picked up obviously Grid, right? And I've owned this game before, and me and this game, we had a little love-hate relationship. I liked it when I first started playing it, and then Forza came out, and that was the end of that. Never touched this game ever again. You can't be mad at me. I'm a Forza fan first, so I don't care what anybody says. You know, Forza first, everything else after. Now, for $5, let's talk about what you get. First things first is the graphics. This game is super detailed. Codemasters, who's always been known for, you know, for their attention to detail, especially in the racing world, they outdid themselves with this game. And even till today, this game still looks really good. The detail in the cars like are second to none. I think Need for Speed does a good job at all these little gauges all over, these add-on shits and the gauges on the pillar. But look at the PSI reading and the oil gauges. Look how they all adjust like real time. You know, it's really nice. It's a great game to look at. The cockpits are nice. The driver animations are on point. You can do a free look around with the thumbstick if you want. The environments are beautiful. There's a lot going on in all of their tracks. You know, down to the little details like the crowds all on the side of the road, and when you get closer, you know, they're cheering until you get closer to them, and then all of a sudden they're jumping back and they're like, oh, they're hauling ass. It's really nice. It's one of the mountain tracks you're looking at right now, the toll gate shit. This is dope mode. But I can't say enough for the graphics. This game's almost 3 years old. It aged really well. Beautiful looking game. Not, you know, even though we've got some really strong titles out since then, they don't look that much better than this game. A little more polished, faster frame rates, obviously more of them, but this is still a very good looking game. Next on my list would be the sound. Wow, this game sounds amazing. I'm gonna go ahead and say this is the best sounding racing game I've played to this date. I know I touched the Need for Speeds, and I touched the Forza 4 and the Horizon and Gran Turismo, yes, but there's something special about the sound in this game, mainly the cars. I mean, you can tell the difference between a single turbo, you know, a twin turbo car. You know when a car is supercharged. You know a Mustang or a Viper sounds like, you know, the end of the world is coming down behind you, breathing on your neck. They really do. And what I love about it is they've really got this. A lot of games seem to not get proximity sound right in when it comes to racing games. Meaning, if a car is right behind you, you should be able to hear the engine. Most games, it's either on or off. There's no medium to it. In this game, in Grid, god damn, they nailed it. When there's a pack of American cars together, like right now, it sounds thunderous. Let me just shut up so you can sort of hear this right quick.
Gianni Marcello is leading the race.
Yeah, but I mean, and you'll even notice things like the suspension. You can hear the suspension rebounding, and I could almost tell you what car I was driving just by listening to the suspension. That's dope shit, man. And certain cars, you hear the driver, you know, really force it in gear, and you hear the clutch engage, and it's nice. The sound in the game is top notch. And pardon my shitty driving. That's next on my list. The gameplay, right? This is probably one of the more technical games I've played in a while. I put it right up there with Forza. It's not as sim as Forza, but it's so technical. It gets frustrating sometimes, and it's because it doesn't feel all the way sim to be this technical. God damn, this game is hard. This is probably the hardest racing game I've ever played. You know, turn traction control off in this game and it just becomes fucking intimidating. Like, almost to the point where, like, I can't compete. And even that's a problem in a good way, right? Like, there's times where I have to pause the game and look at the difficulty settings to like did I put the shit on like hard by mistake? It was on the default difficulty level, but it was so fucking tough, and the AI is so intense, man. They battle you back, they fight you back. You know, you're not just gonna go around them. And a lot of other racing games have problems with that, even up to this day. The tracks are almost never on even surfaces. It's so, your car, you're always fighting with your car. You know, you're always adjusting, readjusting. You're playing with the brake, playing with the gas. It's a very technical game that you really have to pay attention to. But with all of that going on, plus the AI is like relentless, it's super difficult, man. I just the game frustrated me once or twice. Not even gonna lie to you, the shit's difficult. In terms of cars, there's a huge variety of cars in this game. I think everyone's covered. You know, I'm a big tuner guy, so I love my Supra, Skyline, so on and so forth. There's those, and there's just the American cars are well represented. You've got your Camaros, your Mustangs, Vipers, so on and so forth. And surprisingly, those cars are fun to drive, and they drive really well. So there's no beef there. Then you got the Le Mans special cars, GT cars, open wheel cars. There's drift cars in the game. They did a real. Technically, it's only about 45 or 48 cars, something like that. But you don't feel it because all the cars are sparsed out nicely based on their events. So it's very well done. I like how, and that brings me to the modes and the career mode. There's a bunch of like the categories that split them up to. Like I explained, you've got Toge. We're looking at the Toge Night Battle right now, which is another super intense and difficult mode on night racing. This one's, I think this track is called Akina. If you guys are familiar with Initial D, this I think looked just like the goddamn. And I don't know, is Akina real? Like, how the hell did they just recreate it based on the video game that good? Even the goddamn replays look just like Initial D. That's how dope this game is. But so you've got your Toge battles day and night. You've got drifting. The drifting's executed really well. Some of the best drifting I've ever done in a game. Even right down to the announcers in the game. You know, they whatever the hell they're saying, and it really gets you into it. You've got Le Mans. I mean, you can do the real-time 24-hour race if you want with the different classes. So you can scale it down 12 hours an hour, whatever it is you want. There's so much in this game for everyone. It's amazing how much they fit into this game. Right now, what we're looking at is my absolute favorite part of this title, and that's the replay system. So when you take everything that I spoke about before, you take the graphics, you take the sound, the intensity, how difficult the AI is, how technical the tracks are, you know, getting used to the mechanics of driving, and you put it all together, this game has a very unique intensity that I've never played in any other racing game. And the best part about it is it's captured so nicely in the replays. And that's, that's a tough thing to do for a lot of racing games. Even up to this day, the replay system in Grid is the best replays I've seen, hands down. It's a little annoying. It's like that little counter, the controls in the bottom left I can't get rid of, and the little sign up the top left I can't get rid of. It was fine, whatever. It's ruining goddamn YouTube videos, but I can live with this. Man, this is dope replays. And overall, this game is super polished. Attention to detail is through the roof, and I am so pumped after playing this again to see what Codemasters does with the next iteration of Grid. Right now, there's no real footage. We're just watching all the stupid trailers they're doing with Chris Harris and whatnot. But I think, if they can pull off something like this and up it to 60 frames a second, this game will stand on its own, especially on this generation, because I'm not expecting another Forza until the next Xbox. Likewise for Gran Turismo, although there's some rumors that we'll see at this one. But this is a really good title, and I'm pumped for the next title. Listen, this game was $5. If you're in the Xbox, there's no reason to not get this game at $5. From a 1 to a 5, this game gets a 4 easily, maybe a 5 depending on if you like this type of racing. But it's your boy Ramon. I'm out of here. Peace.